So this is the scenario. The scenario is given first. You are a member of a student environmental club at your university. The cleanup is planning to meet on Monday to discuss a campus cleanup event, but you have a scheduling conflict and will not be able to attend the meeting. You want to write to the club leader, Sarah, to suggest an alternative date and share your availability. Write an email to the store manager. In your email, do the following. First of all, explain. So this is the first thing you need to do in the email. Explain your scheduling conflict. Second, suggest a new date or time for the meeting. And the third is offer to help with planning in another way if needed. So these are the three basic bullet points that we need to answer in our response. So now we'll go ahead to the response that she has written, and we'll check out how it is. So let's see here. First of all, we have hello dear Sarah. Anytime we want to write a greeting word, so after greeting, what should we write? We have to put a comma. So here a comma is a necessary part of the sentence. We have to put a comma because it is part of the punctuation. It is needed. Next, we have firstly. Firstly is a transition word. It starts with the first point. Again, anytime we have transition words, especially conjunctive adverbs, we have to put a comma after that one as well, like this. Firstly, I really appreciate for your nice plan for cleaning up event. Look, this sentence looks good. But the thing is, when we have I really appreciate for your nice, so this one thing, and then we have nice, so here it's not nice. So what should we do instead? We have to remove this for here, and then we have nice. It is not needed. When you say I really appreciate, so we don't need to say for something, or I really appreciate your for your kind programming. No, we just say I really appreciate your plan for cleaning up event. Again, the next thing, which is a problem here, we have cleaning up event, so it's wrong. We cannot say cleaning up event. Instead, we have to say for the cleanup event. So the better choice is that one. We have to say appreciate. So I will write part of it. So you can say I really appreciate your plan for cleanup event, or for the cleanup event. This is a much clearer sentence than the first one. Here, if you say for, it is not used. Then we have nice. So it is for plan. We cannot say nice. Nice is something for beauty. So nice plan. And then we have cleaning up event. So cleaning up is not functioning as the best way to say or modify a noun. So the next is I'm writing this email. So I'm writing this email to let you know. So there's another thing. We have got this email to let you know that I have a conflict with the schedule that you have determined 8. So this is the next part of the sentence. So first of all, anytime we have this email, look, you're already, or it is already clear that you're writing the email. So no need to say that this email. When you say I'm writing, it is already clear. What are you writing right now? You're writing an email. So here, this is an extra point to write. For example, if you say I'm writing an email, so it is already clear. We don't need to put this email. It is extra. So I'm writing to let you know that I have a conflict with the schedule that you have, or that you determined 8. Anytime you have got that it works as the object here. So here you have already 8. So it's wrong. We cannot say 8 and that, both of them at the same time. Here you have that. That is used exactly instead of 8. So that's one thing. The next thing is you can just make it more concise without somehow removing the main point. Instead, you can use a specific phrase to write it down. For example, you can say, I'm writing to let you know about my schedule conflict you have determined. So you can say just a phrase instead of a complete clause. You just write a phrase, and that's a much better choice. So the better choice could be saying that, for example, say I'm writing to let you know about my schedule conflict. So it is much better. Schedule conflict with the time, for example, with the time determined. So here it makes much more sense instead of saying that I have a schedule conflict or I have a conflict with the schedule. So it is not a bit natural. So we can change this one. The next part here we have in this Monday, so it's again not okay to say in this Monday. Instead, what can we write? We just use a preposition to indicate the same thing because Monday is clear. So this is wrong. Instead, we can say just on Monday. Just write on Monday. And instead of this, we say on Monday. After Monday, again, you have to put comma. On Monday, I have my art classes and I'm compelled to join that. So here I have my art classes. So up to here, it's okay. On Monday, I have my art classes. Then we have and. There's the point here. And I'm compelled. So compelled is the next thing. And compelled to join that. So here we have thus. So it's the next point. Thus, I'm not able to join you on Monday. Again, on Monday is still repeated. So it's not okay to say again on Monday because it is used once at the beginning of the sentence. So once you're using at the beginning, the second time use at the end, it's not okay. So what should we do? What is the problem, first of all? Here, this part is the problem with punctuation. So let me go ahead with comment. We can better say this way. For example, if we have the first sentence, look, anytime we have our first sentence, we have to put comma, then coordinating conjunction, coordinating conjunctions. And then we have the next sentence, coordinating conjunction. It is the way it works. Anytime we have a compound sentence. So if you have a compound sentence, we have to use this structure. Compound sentence is this way. We have got our first sentence, the first sentence, then we have to use coordinating conjunction, then the second sentence. If I use first sentence, and here we have to have the second sentence. So they must be connected properly. It is the problem. So we have to put a comma. The next part, I am compelled. Look, you are using a structure that is passive here. It means someone else compelled you or forced you, but you have used the first form of the verb. So it is passive voice, right? So what's the case here? You can say the passive structure. The passive structure is what we have. So we can write the passive structure, subject of the sentence. Then we have be plus third form of the verb. That's the thing. You can say I am compelled instead of that. I'm compelled to join and the rest of the sentence. So here the problem is with passive structure. Then we have to join that. Thus. Thus is a conjunctive adverb. It is a conjunctive adverb. The problem is, anytime we have, so let me write here. The problem is with conjunctive adverb. Conjunctive adverb, and it is also part of punctuation. So how does it work? It works in two ways. We have our first sentence. It is, think, the first sentence. I just write first. First means the first sentence. We can put a dot, then there is, for example, das, then put comma, then the second sentence. It is the first way to punctuate a conjunctive adverb. Here we put a conjunctive adverb here. The second way, we have our first sentence, then we can put semicolon, then we use das, then we have our second sentence. It is the second way. So here, what did you do? You have put comma before that. So it is wrong. It is wrong. You can put a semicolon before this, and that would be okay. So that's the problem with the punctuation. We have to put it first sentence, then das, then the second sentence. Next we have I would be possible.
Sorry, sorry, it's wrong. It would be possible. That's just typing mistake. Sorry for that.
Okay. So if you have it would be possible. It would be possible for me to alter the date to Friday. Look, here you are kind of suggesting someone for a change, right? Can we use kind of request for this kind of structure? There is a suggestion. So usually for suggestions, for asking a request, so we have to use the question structure instead of using a positive statement. So we have to change the structure here, change the structure to a question for. So how? So it says it would be possible for me to alter the date to Friday when I do not have classes. So we can have a change by saying, instead of it would be possible, we have to make it would it be possible? Would it be possible to change, or to change the schedule instead of that, to schedule to what? You have mentioned the time, right? Then you can say to Friday. The schedule, you can put date to Friday. When I would be able to attend, for example. Instead of join, you can say I would be able to attend. Because the next sentence you have said, I can join you. So instead of that, just add this clause to make it more what we have as accurate. So to Friday, when I would be able to attend. So you just can combine these two, combine the sentence, and still it makes sense here. So that's the next thing. And here, because we have would, so we have to put question mark. The next, it would be my pleasure to assist with documentary tasks on Monday if it is possible. This is extra. When you say if it is possible, so it is extra. We can just say if possible. So it would be my pleasure to assist with documentary tasks on Friday if possible. No need to say if it is possible. It is redundancy. You're using lots of words to convey that message. So up to here, we only worked on finding the incorrect points from the writing section. What's wrong? Now let's check out the bullet points. The bullet points that the task has asked to do. So first of all, we have worked on the grammatical and word choice and punctuation mistakes, and we have seen that. Mostly it's with punctuation. Now, when it comes to the bullet points has asked three things. It mentioned to explain your scheduling conflict. It mentioned to suggest a new date for meeting and offer help with planning in another way. So do we have them? Yes. So here we have, I really appreciate. So it's that one. And then we have, I'm writing to let you know about a conflict. Yeah, it is mentioned. Then we have on Monday, I have my art classes, and then so suggested the last part to have a change and somehow suggest for help. But the thing is, at the beginning, try to go ahead with writing your goal specifically for the response. What's your purpose? You have appreciated, that's okay. But what's your kind of purpose? You have mentioned that I'm writing to let you know, it's okay. Just kind of add a sentence at the beginning and then add detail to this one. How it creates a conflict to your scheduling. So that's the part you need to consider. And overall, yeah, the bullet points are answered. The thing is to go ahead with grammatical and punctuation mistakes. Understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I understand.
So let's get into the next one. Miss Armagon, are you present? Okay, so when you're present, let's get ahead with this. What is this? Again, it is about cleaning, right? I'm writing to inform you that the time you scheduled for the campus cleaning conflicts with my timetable. So I will not be able to participate at that time. So up to here, when you say I'm writing to inform you that the time you scheduled for the campus, look, this is not necessary to say. This part is not necessary because it is already inside the prompt. It is all clear. When you just say, for example, I'm writing to inform you about the cleanup event conflicting with my timetable or my schedule. That is much better. So still, according to structure, it's okay. So I will not be able to participate at that time. So instead of participate, if we use attend, for example, a meeting, attend an event, it is a better word choice for this one. So we can have it. Yeah, this was the purpose of the email. Next, I kindly ask you if it is possible to reschedule the cleaning. Look, not the cleaning, it is not that one, the cleanup event. So it should be the cleanup event. That's what needs to be rescheduled for the next day. So I'm free and available to join and help. So I am free and available to join. So which tense is this? Does it make sense? What is the meaning of free and available here? Does it make sense by saying?
Teacher, it means I don't have anything for the next day, so I can come. So
better to say that I'm off, not available. Available is kind of not a good word here to use. So I can say
because in the scenario they mentioned that we have to show our availability, so I mentioned that one.
Yeah, that's okay. In the prompt, it said that you have to mention when you can help. So a better choice is to go ahead by saying, so I would be able to participate, or I would be able to join, and then you will specify a date, a specific scheduling time. Like, for example, as we had here with Miss Latifa, for example, change it to Friday when I would be able to attend. It is much better. So we can have this one again. So if rescheduling is not possible, I would be happy to join the next event and help. So how? It is needed to explanation. It needs explanation. So we have so needs. It needs to be explained. How? Okay, so it needs explanation. It's not part of completion here. Thank you for considering my request. I'll look forward to your response. So it is okay. That's okay. So in your email, most part is completely okay. The thing is, you have not clearly and concisely stated what or where can you help them, because at the end the prompt said that you have to mention how you can help in other ways. So this is the case, and you can go ahead with more explanation, explain it, and it is much better. So, yep.
Sorry, teacher, because we don't know about the next or upcoming event, so we can just make something by ourselves.
Yeah, that's okay. You can use imaginary scenarios. You can use to write specific dates. That's completely all right.
So teacher, wouldn't be something extra that we mention in our email?
So you have to explain how would you help. When I say you can make some creative scenarios or imaginary scenarios, I don't mean that you have to write one paragraph to describe it. No. It simply means to explain your condition and how it is possible for you to help and write. So let's get into the next one. It is Miss Zainul. Is it about cleanup event? Yeah, it is. So I hope you are doing well. This is okay, but there's one more thing. If you have, I hope you're doing well, it is more friendly, but it's not very formal. It is friendly and not formal. Instead, we can say, Dear Professor, and then Dear Professor Sarah. When you say, Dear Professor Sarah here, that's completely all right, and we don't need to write this part, and it is a kind of friendly way. In very formal writing, so that's not needed. I'm writing to let you know that I'll not be able to attend the Student Environmental Club meeting scheduled for Monday. Yeah, perfect. Unfortunately, I have a scheduling conflict at that time due to a prior academic commitment that I cannot change. Yes. I'm very interested in participating in the campus cleanup event. So, I would like to suggest an alternative time for the meeting. If possible, I'm available on Tuesday afternoon after 3 p.m. Or Wednesday morning before 11 a.m. Okay. I hope one of these options might work for you and the rest of the group. Yeah. So it is the explanation to an alternative suggestion that she is going to provide. If rescheduling the meeting is not possible, I would still be happy to contribute in other ways. Yeah, it is the third bullet point. For example, I can help with planning, organizing materials, or spreading awareness about the event through emails or social media. Yeah, exactly, that's right. Thank you for your understanding, and I look forward to being involved in the cleanup event. Yeah, so it considers all the bullet points, and yeah, fortunately, it doesn't have grammatical mistakes to consider. Although it doesn't have grammatical mistakes or punctuation ones, just I want to suggest one more thing here. In order to reach out to a higher level, for example, a C2 level or C1 level, you may use a better structure. Okay, I mean the language use. Try to work on language use, and yeah, this response is a perfect response. The only thing is, it is almost a B2 level response, and you can improve it. You can improve it to more advanced structural response. That's it.
Sir, the question is that how can we improve this sentence structure, and do you want to suggest some ways?
Okay, in order to improve our structural content, so we have to go first of all with vocabulary. We have to use, or we have to find out the sources that they help you use the academic vocabulary inside an advanced level of words. As an example, so we can go on with collocations, advanced collocations that are academically used. Second, we can go on with the structures, grammatical structures that are commonly used into advanced writings. For example, we may have nominalization, we may have embedded clauses, we may have advanced passive structures and active structures. Beside that, we may have hedgings, boosters. Beside that one, we have to work on formality of our writing. That's the next thing. We have to work on phrases, participles. They're part of the most important ones. And beside, there's one more topic in grammar, which we call it inversion. Often inversion is, again, a really, affecting one that we can use. So to conclude, we have to work on variety in vocabulary, advanced collocations, advanced words. Instead of using many words, we can have one word to convey the same message. Secondly, we have to work on grammatical structures. So it could be nominalization, it could be participles, it could be embedded clauses, it could be phrases, it could be inversion. They're the topics, grammatical topics. Miss Zainul Arab, yep.
Yes, teacher, I have a question about the email. When we want to send a formal email for advanced level, how to write that so politely and warm, and how to start our email. You're right. I hope you're doing this friendly, and when we know someone, we can write this sentence. If we don't know any professor or any boss, and we want to send a formal and so politely and warm email for them, how to start them?
Okay, look, if you want to go ahead with a formal one, we just say, for example, dear, and then if you even don't know the gender, you just write, for example, dear sir, or dear madam, then put a comma. That's okay. Dear sir or dear madam. If you know the person, for example, you can say, dear professor, then you can say, for example, a name, dear Professor Ahmad, and then we write the rest. Or if you know, for example, dear doctor, so dear Dr. Ahmad, and then go ahead with the next. It is a very formal meeting, very formal greeting that we can use at the beginning of our emails.
No any other parts to add in this?
No, we don't need. No need.
Like dear sir, dear professor, dear like a doctor. No any option after this to add it?
No. We just start writing our email, and that's okay. So let's get into the next one. We'll have Miss Armagan's email. Whose email is not checked? Others. So here we have, dear Mr. Hill, I hope you are doing well. Again, it is a friendlier but not formal and academic. I'm writing to inform you that the apartment I recently moved into has several problems that I noticed after moving in. So this is about moving to a new apartment, which I think we had last night. The prompt was that. Moving to a new apartment, and it asks for maintenance. So the purpose is stated here. I'm writing to inform you that the apartment I recently moved into has several problems that I noticed after moving in. Look, there's one more thing here. When you say problems, what kind of problem? You have to avoid using vague words. Here, problem is a vague word. It is unclear. When we say problem, so what kind of problem? Is it a maintenance problem? Is it a technical problem? Is it so other types of problems that we may face in an apartment? So it is a vague word. Make it clear and add detail. Several maintenance problems. It is a much better sentence instead of it. Problems. So that is again unnecessary. We can delete it. A problem. Several, for example, maintenance problems I noticed after moving in. It's okay. First, the apartment is very noisy. As you know, I work from home, and the constant noise is disturbing and interrupting my work. So look here, when you say as you know, it is something kind of redundant. It is not a fact to say as you know. It is not clear. It is not already known for the reader. Say as you know, so why are you writing the email? So this is wrong to say as you know in this part of the sentence, especially. As you know, instead you can say, we can have, for example, it is a fact that, or we can say, as always, we can have that one instead. As always, I'm working from home, and the constant noise is disturbing and interrupting my work. This can be the thing. So here you have mentioned that the constant noise is disturbing and interrupting your work, but you didn't connect it to the room. So how does the room or that problem which is with the room causes this kind of situation? It means you have to connect it with the purpose of your email. It is okay. You have mentioned the problem. The problem is mentioned, but you didn't connect it to the maintenance problem with the apartment. Try to add a sentence. Second, the kitchen equipment is damaged and needs to be repaired as soon as possible. Because of this, I have not been able to cook since moving in. So it's the second problem. Could you please arrange to have these issues fixed? Could you please arrange to have these issues fixed? So could you please arrange? So could it be the right word to say arrange? Not exactly. Here, it's not okay to say arrange to have these issues fixed. Kindly let me know when you plan to visit. As I'm usually, we don't use comma before that, and here, as it's not the good place to use. As I'm usually at home and I'm available whenever you come. So, yeah, overall, so it needs again explanation. Try to add 2 or more sentences to connect the ideas to the main topic, to your goal, and then have the rest of the bullet points. So here you have mentioned that you have got problem with the apartment has got problem, the one you're moving in. Second, you have mentioned those. And finally, you have asked to fix them, and finally asking for expecting the response. Yeah, it's okay. So overall, it's a good email response. Yeah. So for now,
sorry, can I ask some questions?
Yep.